let's get it started. Hey guys, this is Lanbang and welcome back to my channel. To all those who are here for the first time, welcome. Well, I'm back after I think over 3 months, so I'm happy to be back and I hope that you will enjoy today's video. Getting straight to the point, today I will be talking about self-care and what social media doesn't necessarily tell you about what self-care is. We're going to dive a little deeper into what self-care is. Everybody is talking about what self-care is. Brands are talking about it, YouTubers and people in general are talking about what self-care is, and how you should love yourself and you should take care of yourself and you should be your number one priority. We are constantly fed with this notion that a skincare regime, day and night out with friends, or shopping, partying, or exercising, eating healthy food, so to say, or going for walks amidst greenery and freshness of nature, these are what self-care is about. There is a lot of emphasis on doing these things to make yourself happy, right? But what we need to understand is that these are very superficial aspects of what self-care is. They give us instant gratification and instant satisfaction. But are they
a sustainable way of taking care of yourself? Of genuinely loving yourself? That is a question that I have been asking. And today I would request you to ask the same question to yourself.
Social media makes self-care look so fun. It makes it look so peaceful and so easy and so calming. But what happens when we try it but can't always replicate what these videos are telling us or are showing us in our real lives? We become quite demotivated, a little frustrated, and maybe a teeny bit
angry with ourselves, like we failed miserably at living a productive life.
Do you agree? Today, we need to remind ourselves that what social media depicts about what self-care is not very realistic. And that it is not even a fraction of what self-care or self-love is all about. I mean, whatever activities I've mentioned that we do to take care of ourselves, those are important, but that is not a wholesome understanding of what self-care is. Self-care is about long-term happiness and not short-term happiness. Taking care of oneself or loving yourself or accepting yourself completely, it's a tough job. It even gets painful sometimes. Sometimes the process of self-care is such a chaotic process because it means that we have to search within ourselves and acknowledge and confront the things within us that we don't usually want to deal with, things that we constantly run away from, things that we just want to be in denial of. And when the issues of our hearts or our mind are unattended to, it leaves us feeling angry, frustrated, confused. Sometimes it leaves a deep and empty and dark void inside of us. And I think many of us have gone through that. In a world where finding instant solutions to almost everything has become the norm, patience and perseverance is key. We live in a world today where everything is like instant. Everything is like, yes, I want it now, I want it now. So we do the same with ourselves. When we feel a little upset or angry, when we feel like we're not doing well in life, we just want that instant solutions to our lives. As you deal with your struggles or the challenges that comes your way, you really have to practice patience with yourself because you really need it. Love is patient, love is kind. Most of the time, I think we look at, you need to be patient with this other person who is important in your life, or you need to be kind to this person. But sometimes what we forget to make ourselves understand is that you need to be patient with yourself and you also need to be kind to yourself. Self-care is about being brave and it's about being courageous and facing our monsters and forgiving ourselves for the things that we've done to hurt ourselves and also others. Self-care is about making a conscious effort to change to be a better human being. To say sorry where it's due is about loving others. How you treat others is a reflection of who you are. Self-care is about prioritizing, setting and working towards meaningful goals for your near future and for your future far ahead. Self-care is when we all learn to prioritize what it is that we want in life, and working towards them, it doesn't necessarily mean that the journey is going to be smooth and that it's always going to be like a motivating journey where you're always going to feel so encouraged and so inspired. No, it's not always going to be like that, because life is a mix of the good, the bad, the easy, the hard. So challenges are going to come along the way, but it's about you not quitting no matter how hard things get. But just take a pause, just rest, regain your energy and continue on. And self-care is also about having the courage and the wisdom to let go of some people in your life who aren't good for you in any way. It's about letting toxic relationships and friendships go. Let it go. And it is about setting boundaries. There will definitely be people who will judge you for it. They will criticize you for it. So yeah, we gotta do what we gotta do. Self-care is greatly focusing and working towards long-term happiness and long-term fulfillment. It is not about the instant, it's not about the short term. Self-care is about being honest, it's about being courageous, it's about having self-control, and it's about being aware and being observant about oneself and what truly matters in our lives. Self-care is about being kind to yourself and to others. It's also about being humble. Self-care is about cultivating patience. It's about learning to wait without our hope and our faith being questioned or crushed while we wait. Because sometimes we're like, give me patience, I need patience, and then life tests you with all kinds of scenarios to test your ability to have patience. And many times we fail. Self-care is about making the conscious effort to be grounded in what is real. Yep, what is real. In this day where everything is so flashy and people have their way, media has their way, advertisements have their way of just making you want. So in a day and age like that, we have to make conscious efforts to be grounded, to keep ourselves and the loved ones in our lives to be grounded in what is real. And understanding that what gives us instant pleasure or happiness won't necessarily sustain us in the long run. Satisfying our instant needs for happiness or for the peace and calm or the serene life that we want, it's easier, right? But it's not always what is right for us or what we really need, especially when we are dealing with bigger issues and challenges in our lives. Self-care is always about working on a better version of you. It is about telling yourself that you need to work on being a great woman if you want a great man, or that you need to be good if you want someone or something good. You can't just be like, I want this, I want that. You want all the good things of life, but you just don't focus on you yourself being good. Self-care is also about getting serious with things like learning to save. I wish I had really listened to my mother when she said save, but I did not. So yeah, please save up. Money is not just going to come appearing whenever you need it. You need to have savings. And self-care is about working on yourself every single day for you to get a little closer to the better version of you that you want to be or that you hope to be. Self-care and the process of self-care is not always about the peace and the calm, or it's not always about having the certainty of things all the time, or knowing what to do for myself or for others all the time. When I approach self-care, I don't want to disillusion myself But instead, I want to acknowledge and to accept that the journey is sometimes going to be hard, it's sometimes going to be challenging, but that it's okay. There is no harm in having challenges or issues or problems in your life. Everybody has it. So it's about accepting that reality, that this whole process of self-care is not going to be easy. It's going to be tough sometimes, and that is okay, that you are going to survive it. So having this very realistic understanding of things, it helps me to be grounded, and it also encourages me to practice patience, like, with myself or with others, and to be kind to myself and with others. And it reminds me that sometimes life is a struggle, and it is okay to struggle sometimes, because some of the best lessons that we've learned, is through our struggles, is because of the struggles that we have faced and we have overcome in our lives. And it's also about just acknowledging and just knowing and finding peace with this fact and with this truth that, when challenges happen, when tough things happen in your life, you won't always be successful at dealing with them. You won't always be successful at doing the things that you want to do. We are not taught to rest. We are, told that you have to pursue certain things, and if you don't achieve it, means you failed miserably. But people don't usually say, okay, this is what you want to do and you're doing it and it hasn't worked out, but it's okay, just take a break, rest for a while, and then go for it again. We are not told that. So it's very important to just tell yourself to rest and be okay with that, and to start again when you're ready. Self-care is a lot about having courage. Why? Because it is about pushing yourself, pushing yourself to grow up, just to grow up and to become the person that you are meant to be, and to be able to fulfill the purpose that you were created to fulfill. So it's about having a lot of courage, having a lot of strength. And yes, self-care is a lifelong process. It's about working on yourself every day. Guys, I've come to the end of my video. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I would really love to hear from you in the comments below of what self-care means to you. Thank you so much for joining me. Until the next time, bye bye, take care and stay safe, and always be kind to yourself and to others as well. Bye bye.